All right, we'll edit this part out.
Yeah. You can edit that out.
Don't trump me. Don't have me talking about grabbing girls by the.
Oh, I promise.
Dude, we need to get a custom stickers made for the background of the studio. You know how like all these podcast people, they have like a background.
Yeah.
Dude, we'll have like all these absurd things like I'm with Harv bumper sticker.
Well, somebody is.
Grab him by the pussy bumper sticker. Let's just have a bunch of politically incorrect bumper stickers in the back.
We'll do Facebook Live and Instagram Live whenever it's time to go live. And alright, here we go. Alright. Cool. So oh yeah, what are we gonna call this thing?
Let's call it Which one's already out? Kyle and Dave podcast or Dave and Kyle podcast?
I don't know. I don't want to call it that.
How about the K and D podcast?
I was thinking, all right, so how about this?
How about KD podcast?
How about this? What do you believe?
Okay.
And it's like it's so generic that I feel like people would search that. You know, it'd just be like one of those like really popular Google searches, and it would just go to us no matter what. It's like clickbait kind of, or like it's like messing with algorithms. So the algorithm's looking for that.
But what if we just talk about stupid shit on the podcast?
Yeah, but we believe in that stupid shit, or we don't believe in that stupid shit.
All right, okay.
So it's like, what do you believe? And it's not what do you believe in, because that's like too spiritual.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, just what do you bbelieve? Do you believe like anything? You know?
Do you believe Harvey Weinstein was guilty?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It's super simple, and I feel like people will remember that really fast. It's like, what do you believe? Well, what's your podcast? What do you believe? Oh, that's easy to remember, and it's fast.
Okay, let's call that. What do you believe?
What do you? I looked it up already.
No one has it.
And nobody has that as the name of the podcast, but they have that as the name of their episodes.
Okay.
You know, right. like they're like brain transplant. What do you believe?
I think we need to put our names in the podcast. You don't think so? We need to be a little bit more self arrogant, right?
No,
we need to go to free marketing.
I don't think so. I think
otherwise we'll be like the Eagles. Like I don't know any of the Eagle band members' actual names, right? Glenn Frey or Glenn Close or something. Glenn Close is an actress, right? Isn't there a Glenn in there?
Somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't
See what I mean?
I know one of the Eagles. Hold on.
They're the faceless band members of the most famous band.
They're from California. I love their music.
I know. It's great. I have their albums.
What is his name? Fry? It is something Fry. No.
I think it's Glenn Frey.
Glenn Frey, yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Who's the drummer dude that sings so well? What's his name?
But this is why we're going to have our names in.
So I want people to say my name.
Do Dave and Kyle believe the same? How about that?
How about Glick and Greer?
Okay, yeah, we could do that. The Glick and
or
the Glick and Greer, the G and K.
I don't know.
Double G, double
K.
K.
How about what do you believe? I feel like that just we don't have to be like Joe Rogan and call our name Joe Rogan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he goes. I don't even know if he calls it the Joe Rogan. On his YouTube thing, it's JRE, Joe Rogan Experience.
Right.
Dude, is that the Noble Quran you have on your? What are you? And then on the other side over here, you have a custom engraved Bible. You're smoking weed in here, just going off on your own. I don't know what's going on at nights. Oh, dude, no, it's okay. We can talk about weed, right? I think weed's basically legal. I mean,
it is.
If you look on these other,
but I try not to promote it. That I do it occasionally.
Oh, okay.
I try not to promote the fact that I do that. I mean, yes, I drink alcohol. Yes, I smoke weed, but I don't do it all the time, and I try not to promote it, like, because I don't want people to be alcoholics, and I don't want people to be dependent on any substance, pretty much.
Oh, okay. And you feel like if they're listening to you and they idolize you because your name's in the podcast.
Well, yeah. I got nephews and all this kind of stuff, and.
Oh, dude, this is not nephew appropriate conversation.
Well, I mean, not right now, but one day they will get older and they will be 18 and they say,
Uncle Kyle was a stoner all those years. That explains it. By the time they're 16, dude, they're gonna be totally exposed. Where do your nephews live? Are they living
Thanks,
in
Dave.
Carolina?
Thanks. Yeah. Oh, I have
Just edit this part out.
no,
This
dude.
isn't streaming live, right?
I can't. No, it's not streaming live right now.
Good.
But you know, you gotta be fair. You gotta be honest.
Dude, is there a way to actually pull? Here, let me just do this one instead.
And just pull your face
Yeah.
closer to it.
Yeah.
I have a nephew Gage in St. Louis, and I got a nephew Cooper in North Carolina.
Gage in St. Louis. Okay.
Yeah.
Gage. It's kind of like a modern name, right?
Gage Fuller is
Yeah.
his name.
There was a porn star back in the 90s named Gage. When I first got into porn. You know, I was in high school. I was like 14. I was trying to get on.
Thanks for associating my family with
Yeah.
that. You're such a nice guy.
Well, what's her name? Is Gage something?
I don't know.
That's what. Is your wait? Your nephew's a nephew's a boy.
Correct.
Okay, so it's a boy named Gage.
Yes.
How do you spell it? Gage?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I don't know if I've actually ever met a Gage. Have
Yeah.
you? Do you know any other Gages out here?
No, this is the first time I've ever heard the name.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever heard that if you lean back, it's not as good for your voice when you're mic'd up?
No,
Like it's
no,
actually important to sit forward.
sit forward. Yeah.
That's what they say. Yeah.
Maybe it helps you project.
Yeah, it's maybe something's going on with that.
Keeps your diaphragm like aligned.
Yeah, that's why
with
they're.
your chakras.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, that might be why they don't have what do you call it? Couches a lot of times on these podcasts.
Yeah. They always sit in chairs.
Coming over here, I was watching this video of a natural soprano, a biological castrato, and a biological castrato.
What's that?
He's kind of famous, I guess, within his own musical world. Like, we don't know who he is, but within his world, he is famous. He, you know what a castrato is?
This is a castrated guy.
Yeah.
So it sings really high.
Yeah, in the past,
Okay.
castratos, they would cut their balls off as kids.
Got it.
Or somehow,
Ah.
somehow they would take their balls
There you
off.
go.
Yeah. Well, somehow he didn't go through puberty the right way. I don't really know. Like, maybe he's like a real transgender.
Uh-huh.
Unlike these fake trannies out here in California. You're going to have to edit this part out, too.
We'll see what happens. Anyways.
These politically correct trannies out here. Yeah, actually, we should probably edit this part out.
Anyways, continue with your
It's probably going to
story.
get us fired. His voice is crazy. Are we able to pull up a video? Do you have that ability? Maybe not yet.
I mean, I can pull it up right now.
You should just hear his voice for a second. I bet I can pull it up on my phone, actually. That way you don't have to fuck with all that stuff. Can we cuss on our podcast?
Yeah, I can bleep it. It just makes it easier if you don't.
Do you think it matters, though? I mean, if we actually bleep it out? I mean, if
yeah,
it's a podcast.
it does. It does. Because YouTube now has monetization guidelines that if you say certain words in your podcast or in your video, that you're not eligible to receive revenue from that video.
Like, I love Trump will get you immediately
Yes.
blacklisted or something?
That potentially something like that.
Or I
could-
hate Hillary Clinton? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be pro-Trump. It just has to fall into their guidelines. I hate Bernie Sanders. Bernie can burn in hell. It's all going to get us unmonetized.
Are you at Harv? That's what.
Yeah.
I think they are.
I'm with
I
Harv.
was thinking about it. Like, so technically, if you're with Hillary Clinton, wouldn't you be with Harvey too? That's why the H. I'm with Harv. I'm with Hillary.
Hey, it's a great bumper sticker.
I think
Do you
it
want to tell
is.
the audience about this idea? This is your idea, but I wish it was mine.
Yeah.
I've actually been telling people about this. Did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, man. Well,
Dude, Kyle, no offense. Not like saying the other stuff you've come up with.
I'm kind of scared to tell, because certain people are going to hate against it. They're going to like hate me. I feel like.
Yeah, because you're a sack. Yeah. That's what makes it so good.
Well, I just feel like the people that are with Hillary are with Harv as well, you know, because she supported him or he supported her.
She did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
it's like the I feel like it's the H. They're in alignment, you know.
Even though they don't
I'm with
realize
her.
it.
I'm with Harv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They feel like they're so far apart.
Yeah.
Did you read his first statement when that first came out? And in his statement, that it was like something, I think he wrote it. I don't know if he said it out loud. Maybe it was like a written statement he released. But at the very end, he threw in something about he's leaving the company to go fight the NRA.
No, I didn't hear anything about that.
Oh, yeah. Like the initial thing when it first started breaking, and I don't think anyone realized it was going to turn into such a shit show on the media.
Uh-huh.
His like initial statement that day was, I'm taking a temporary leave of absence, something like that.
Right.
Some sort of leave of absence from my own company. what is it, the Weinstein Company, Miramax or something?
Yeah,
Whatever.
Weinstein.
Yeah, whatever they are. And I'm going to go fight the NRA and take him down. He said that's why while he was taking a leave of absence for his sex abuse, he was going to go fight the NRA.
He wants to take our guns.
Well, it's just a crazy thing that he must not have realized how bad it was about to get for him.
Yeah.
You know, he probably still felt like
I wonder,
I'm going to get
I wonder if
political about
that's what ignited everything. They're like, oh yeah, you're going to come for us. Well, guess what? We're going to come for you.
this. Here's what I think honestly on that is that the people that took him down, like the New York Times and the New Yorker, we're probably gonna have to edit this part out too.
Yeah. I don't know.
If we're calling out names, but
Well, I mean, you can say allegedly.
yeah, allegedly
Or to my knowledge,
These people-
you can't say it's a fact. Just don't say it's a fact that
these people are probably out fucking a bunch of girls doing the same thing behind their wives' backs. Also, and here's another interesting thing is who broke the story? Ronan Farrow. He's Woody Allen's estranged son. Do you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. And Woody Allen married his adopted daughter.
Right.
Yeah, and so they don't talk. And Woody Allen had this interesting statement, and the news kind of caught on with it. We probably shouldn't talk about this part. We're probably have to edit this part out.
No, but that's the whole point. This is the whole point to talk about this stuff. This is what's interesting.
Yeah.
This is why you're talking about it. You're talking about this.
I don't
stuff
know
'cause
what
you
can
find it
actually get us.
interesting.
I don't actually know what can get us sued or not sued or copyrighted or whatever. Whatever sort of letters you're gonna get.
It's as long as it's your opinion. It's as long as you're not saying this is what happened. This is what
Yeah.
it's like
my opinion of
yeah,
what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
That's about 99% conspiracy theory and 1%, media.
It's just
media
like
approved fact.
like any other news story that you see on TV right now. It's just it's just opinions.
The news is so full of shit.
It's just like the NFL or something like that,
Yeah. Dude, you know what I got yesterday from Spectrum Internet? I don't know if this is a real email or not, but they said that I've been flagged for downloading illegal content.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Does it tell you to log in to a website?
Yeah, don't do that.
So do you think it's a fake email?
Oh no, what they do is so they want you to log in so they can find out who you are. I feel like they're able to register. It's just like acknowledging that you did something wrong.
Oh,
So if you never sign it,
no, but it already has your IP address.
yeah, I got you. But they don't know who is behind that IP address. It's just a computer. When you put your name and your identity into that IP address, it's connected to you as a person.
Yeah, but isn't the account holder to have an IP address? It's linked up with the router. It's so whoever's paying the bill on that account.
Exactly.
On that router,
But
right?
somebody can say, "Oh, somebody was stealing my internet." Blah blah blah. It makes it so they can bam, they can get you.
Well, I know that part's true. I understand what you're saying there. Yeah, like my neighbor was hacking my internet and downloading.
Yeah.
But I read in the email. I don't know if you read the whole thing. Down towards the bottom, it explains that I guess the way the laws are set up. If this is even a real email, it might just be a fake email where they're trying to get your account info. But if it's a real email, in the email it said that the way the laws are set up, the account holder is responsible regardless if it's like a child that doesn't understand or if it's even a computer virus. The person that is the account holder is still responsible.
Oh, okay.
Which is,
all right.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true. That's why I thought is that I think that they would just block our. What are you using? Are you using torrents?
I was.
That's what I do.
I stopped.
I use torrents not that often, but anytime I feel like it, and I never worry about it. I've never had an email like that before.
Yeah, I downloaded the Creative Suite for editing and all this kind of stuff.
Did you get it right after that?
No, it happened always after that.
I mean, the only thing I downloaded recently was.
But I pay for it now.
I downloaded like Roy Orbison's greatest hits. He's dead. Do you think that there's?
God, I love Roy Orbison.
He's really good, and I downloaded his greatest hits. But why are they flagging me for that?
Because you didn't pay for it. So I don't know.
Yeah, but he's dead. He doesn't care. He doesn't want the money.
I know, but his grandkids want the money.
I know.
That's the thing.
They're
like,
trust.
They're like, our granddad wrote these songs. Give us money.
So it's probably real. You think?
Most likely,
Yeah.
I would think so. Yeah.
Hey, where'd you take that? Is that near Whitney?
Dude, that's on our way to
Yep.
the
Yosemite.
time that we went. The first time we went to Yosemite.
Okay, so
It
that's
was the back way. We went the long way.
yeah,
Uh,
$3.95.
yeah.
I
And
think
this
it's
this
$3.95.
was driving outside. No, it was driving down the road, going like 55 miles an hour down the road.
Yeah, we.
I mean, most people would be going 70, but you're going 55.
I know. Yeah, I might have been going 60. 60 sounds more realistic, right? Was I driving my truck at the time or the Prius?
It was. I think it might have been a rental. I don't know.
Oh, did I have a rental car? No, I would have been going 60. I always set it right at 60.
Yeah. Okay.
I got honked at today going. People were passing me like. I was thinking I should go set up a camera in my car, like right on my rearview mirror, because the way it looks when a car passes you around in the rearview mirror is like kind of interesting. Like they speed up on you, you can see the momentum gaining, and then they suddenly have to move like this when they realize that's how slow you're going.
Right.
Yeah, they don't realize that they don't have a good idea on the relative speed thing going on, and I see it so often. At the last second, they come up on me and they're like, "Oh my god, he's going 60," and they have to like suddenly try to.
He's going speed limit. Oh my god.
No, I think I go below. It's probably 65 out there,
Yeah.
or 70.
David drives safely around everywhere.
No,
He's
I don't
he's a
even smoke
precautious
weed,
driver.
but I.
He's
No, it actually has nothing to do with being precautious. It's cautious. It's Well, one thing is I don't think you save that much time if you go be 60 or 70 coming up here. You know, like in a short distance like that, you're only going to save maybe a few minutes. So if you drive like 30 miles or 40 miles and your average speed over that distance is 70 miles an hour instead of 60 miles an hour, so a 10 mile an hour difference,
Right.
you're if you do the math, you know, you probably only save like maybe 4 minutes at the very most.
Because you have to, like, at a certain point, you need exponentially the energy to push the resistance. There's like some kind of failing point.
Oh no, I'm just saying in
like
general. Like if you drive if you have like a distance of 30 miles to cover and your average speed is 70 miles an hour, like say you drive 70 miles an hour the entire time, then you know it's going to take you so many minutes to drive that distance,
Right.
And if you drive 60 miles an hour, it's going to take you longer. Well, if you just do the math, the difference is you're only going to save like literally maybe 4 minutes or 3 minutes.
Gotcha.
So have you never thought about that either? See, I think this is a good thing that we're talking about this. I think I'm opening everyone's eyes to saving 4 minutes. And when you drive,
Some people cherish that 4 minutes, dude. That 4 minutes is like, oh.
But how much do people do? Like I look around and everyone's just fucking around. Like LA is the laziest. No one works out here. I don't understand how any other
The
city.
roads are packed all the time. It's 'cause
I know
nobody's working.
you go to lunch like on a weekday and no one's at work.
It's crazy.
The restaurants are crowded all the time out here. Like, how do all these people not have jobs? Like, does everyone have a night job out here?
Maybe it's just because there's so many people.
It is. I know.
Yeah.
Isn't it mind-boggling though?
Yeah.
Like, there's that many people. It's an eye-opener. Coming from Oklahoma, where you know you go out on a weekday at lunchtime, it's empty.
Yeah.
Unless you have like the business lunch rush, which is like a 20-minute period, 30-minute period. But out here is like every day is brunch. From basically like 10 to 3 p.m.
Yeah.
No one works, and then from maybe like 3 to 4 there's a dead period, and then from 4 to 10 it's like the dinner rush.
And then everybody takes off on Saturday and Sunday. It's like,
Yeah, brunch.
It's like, how does this place survive? I don't understand what's going on.
I know, and it seems like whether it's true or not, everyone seems to have a lot of money out here. There's a lot of expensive vehicles. It could just all be leased. There could just be a lot of people barely staying afloat.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah, exactly. It's tough to know. You just don't know who's killing it and who's not, and wants to have the illusion that they are.
Right.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna spit.
He's gonna go spit. We'll take this time to designate a good situation. So, even though these people or this company is not a certified supporter of our podcast, we'd like to give a shout out to Audible. Is a service I use every day. I love Audible. Use it every. Hey, can you close that bathroom door so it doesn't get loud? I use Audible every day. I listen to wonderful audiobooks that teach me about the things I need to know. Kind of like this podcast called What Do You Believe?
You know who owns Audible?
No.
Amazon.
Sweet, who owns Amazon?
Jeff Bezos, right? Bezos, however you say his name.
Damn, he's rich.
Yeah. You don't know who Jeff Bezos is? You never heard of him?
It sounds familiar, but
Oh, yeah.
I didn't.
He's a founder of Amazon. I think he's like...
Go Jeff.
I think I saw a news article. Well, I think I saw on Friday he's now officially the richest person in the world.
No way. I thought that was a Hispanic guy.
No, he's
self-funded.
Carlos Slim. Yeah, he's like somewhere like the top 10. And then it was like Warren Buffett was number 3.
Damn.
Bill
Warren.
Gates was number 2, and now Jeff Bezos.
Didn't Warren give like all his money away, and now he's like got...
I mean, they always claim that they're giving their
Yeah.
money away. I find it a little bit hard to believe that. I feel like it's some sort of tax scheme, right?
Yeah. I watched all these lectures by Warren Buffett on YouTube. And it's so interesting. He's just like, I just do it good. It's just what I do good.
Yeah, I know. I think that they like to...
I'm good at my job. I'm like, dude,
They-
there's something else. There's something else.
Yeah, they put him out there because he's like he's a darling billionaire.
Yeah. And he's got a really good attitude. Like, he's just a great speaker. He's like...
Yeah, I know. They don't want all these
Hilarious.
asshole billionaires being plastered across the news, so they have to pick him.
I want to take all your money.
Yeah, I mean,
Can some of you die? I need 14% of you to die.
can't imagine what these other billionaires are saying. So instead, they always parrot him on the news. He does seem, suspiciously docile, right? There has to be more to the story than that.
Yeah.
I don't think he just amassed that much money without
Screwing somebody over.
Yeah, or just maybe he's a genius. I don't know. I've got no idea.
Yeah, totally.
I read a few of the books he's
He might be
recommended.
blessed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He definitely is. He's a really smart guy for sure.
Here, you keep it rolling. I'm going to run to the fridge in 2 seconds.
Okay. Well, you guys can watch me get a drink of water too while I'm at it.
Oh, man. See, that's where having an assistant would come in handy.
Yeah, it's one thing to have a podcast with 2 people. It's even more difficult to have a podcast by yourself.
See if we can put out an advertisement for an intern right now. Say we're looking for an intern.
Yeah, well, we can't afford to pay the minimum wage because it's like $15 an hour out here.
You don't pay interns, dude.
No, I know. That's what I'm getting at. Because the minimum wage is $15 an hour, we can't afford it. We're just gonna put out an advertisement for an intern. So yeah, if you want to come intern and open beers and I don't know, if you're a girl, then
Don't say that.
we're gonna harv you. Yeah, if you're a good-looking young, 18 to 24, come over to the Harv. We couldn't call this a Harv house. Isn't there actually a Harvey?
I got nieces and stuff, man. I can't say stuff like that.
I think there's a Harvey house out here. Do you know about that? It's
I have nieces that are gonna be like, Uncle Kyle, who are you hanging out with?
Wait, how old are your nieces?
You're
They have to be
Harvey
little-
sympathizers.
They have to be little kids.
They are. They're very, very young. I have sisters,
By the time-
twins, and Caroline is she
Now you're-
6,
Six, yeah.
or 5, or
Oh.
something like that.
Dude, by the time they're like 16 and actually give a shit even to, which they're not, they're never going to dig up your old podcast. But
Well-
if they do,
Well, hopefully they will because it's gonna be so huge.
yeah. Well,
It'll be freaking huge.
even if it was, think about like a really big pod, like who's a podcast that you listen to a lot? You probably haven't actually dug up their first podcast, have you?
No,
Yeah, neither have I. Like
true.
even
Touche, my friend.
someone like Howard Stern or Joe Rogan, where it's all archived, you probably can find it pretty easily.
Yeah. Well,
Did-
right when I got into like YouTubing, I started watching Casey Neistat videos. Like at first I was like, oh my god, these are great. Now I'm like, God, why did I do that?
Who?
But Casey Neistat, he's a YouTuber. Like some of his stuff's
Oh.
really good, but some of it I'm like, eh. But anyways, I would go to his very beginning to see how he like started his videos, and it takes a lot of
C-A-S-U-R?
work, dude. People don't understand. Like
Casey Neistat.
yeah. Nice tat. Yeah, that's right. It's like nice tat. Nice tattoo. Nice tat.
This guy kind of looks like a douche. I have to edit that. I mean,
Well, that's why, like...
I couldn't hang out with him, dude. Imagine taking him camping with me.
I mean...
Forget about for like a weekend. Just try like the drive up there.
I got...
You'd kick him out. Look, this one's even worse. This is the
I-
problem with these YouTubers. They're all douches. They're all.
But he, like, at first he seemed kind of, like, his stuff is good. Like, he does his story, like, his, His life story was very good.
I don't give a shit about his. I'm joking. I bet he has a great life.
Well, I mean, he just came. He came from like hard times. You know?
Did he? Yeah. No.
Well,
I was
like
just kidding
everybody.
around.
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's got a hard time story, but
Now,
he just presented it very well.
Is he just a prankster? Like here, he's pranked up like it looks like a suicide bomber, right?
I don't think so. I don't think
what's
he's a
he?
prankster.
Is he a suicide bomber or he's a Star Wars villain?
That's a Star Wars trooper,
okay.
dude.
I thought, dude, that would be a great outfit to go as. Let's go as
a stormtrooper from Star Wars.
Let's go as an Islamic suicide bomber for Halloween, dude. That's what I'm gonna go as.
No.
And I'm gonna go in the most liberal enclave possible. I'm gonna go to West Hollywood and dress up like an Islamic suicide bomber.
That is no bueno.
What if I was a gay Islamic suicide bomber?
With a rainbow, like if the dynamite was in rainbow, that might work. That might work.
I'm Islamic. I'm a suicide bomber. I'm gay. I'm not blowing people up.
If you wear high heels.
Yeah. But I'm actually doing the suicide bombing because I'm conflicted about my own sexual identity and how it conflicts with my religion.
Yeah.
My religious beliefs. So I'm gonna blow myself up. You think we'd get stopped?
I don't know,
If we
man.
did
That would be. It'd be worth doing just to find out.
Hey, what are you doing?
I feel
Are you
like-
going to that on Tuesday?
No, I was thinking about going camping, Joshua Tree for 4 days. And
Oh yeah, I have to give you my
like
card.
well, everybody's.
We're gonna fraud the government.
I'm not kidding. No, we're probably not. I'll probably just buy one.
I erased the name on the back of my national parks pass. I have an annual pass, and I used a little bit of Clorox bleach. I wiped my name off, and we're gonna put Kyle's name on. He's gonna scam the government out of $11 entrance fee. Dude, but make sure
Busted.
make sure when you write your name on the back that you do it in a way that I can wipe it back off afterwards.
I'll do it in I'll do it in dry erase pen, because they don't really. They
Yeah.
just look at it.
They used to never check. They wouldn't even check the date that it expired. But this past summer on our trip,
They checked me last time.
did they? Yeah, they actually pulled out. They asked for my ID. Yeah.
Well, now I'm definitely gonna go buy one at the gate when I get there.
Oh no, you can just use mine. Yeah.
No, now we got this is like entrapment or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, dude, they're not gonna. They
The government's gonna
if the government actually tracks you down for evading a $15 admittance fee to a national park, I mean,
dude, they'll get me for $15 for not paying taxes.
that's true. I know. Yeah, unpaid parking tickets.
It's
Good luck
like-
with that.
I feel eventually they're gonna get where they know they have so much control over you with your phone and everything. They'll know exactly how much you should be taxed and what you're skipping out on your taxes, like little fees like that. Like there
Oh
won't
yeah, they're
there won't be
trying.
no getting away with anything.
They're definitely trying for sure. I know they collect record taxes. The IRS,
Yeah,
you know, every year collects a
Our
new
revenue
record tax.
is
Yeah,
sky high.
and yet they do it with fewer and fewer employees. The number of employees in the IRS, I'm pretty sure it's actually gone down, which means
Technology.
yeah, they're becoming much more efficient. It's pretty incredible, and they're doing it by tracking people's money because it's all electronic.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do cash transactions now. You know, you just can't sell drugs with cash. People want to Venmo you for drug money now. It's ridiculous.
Really, dude?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
try to buy a
It's
sack
like,
of
nah,
cocaine.
man. It's like, send me a picture of something else besides like a weed symbol. I mean,
Have you ever actually Venmoed someone money for weed?
no, I just thought.
I mean,
it'd be
that's so
funny.
funny. Yeah.
I'm sure it happens though every day. you
Oh
know?
yeah, I
I'm
bet.
sure it happens every single
Yeah,
day.
I'm sure for even worse drugs than that, people are Venmoing
Exactly. Way worse.
each other. I wonder if that's how
If not, they just got the idea right there. They're like, oh, Venmo.
you think in the like
Put
the
on my credit card. Buy heroin on my credit
yeah,
card.
illegal prostitution and like the porn industry's
I'm-
legal, but you know maybe that's how they're doing it up there too.
I feel like that's
Just
a
Venmo each other.
lot of people do it everywhere. They just don't talk about it.
Venmo's pretty fluid.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have Venmo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
do now. I wouldn't use it for a while just because I was like,
it's too fluid.
yeah.
You know, with PayPal, you have
'Cause
to
it'll
click
scare.
like PayPal. It's like, you know, are you sure you want to send this much money? You know, and you have to choose between a personal transaction and a business transaction, things like that.
I was just about to eat all right, so just recording, I was just about to eat a piece of candy and I took it out of my mouth and I'm throwing it away.
Okay.
So you wouldn't have to hear me smack on it. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
about transactions.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know. I'm just rambling on
I'm sorry.
about about PayPal and Venmo.
You're talking about personal transactions.
Then you know what I wonder though? Who started PayPal?
Tell me his name.
Elon Musk.
Oh yeah.
And then he sold it, right? Or somehow he made a bunch of money off it, and then he funneled that money into an electric car company years ago.
What's that electric car? Tesla or something like that?
Yeah, it's Tesla. That's how Tesla came around. That's how he got his money, right? At least that's how the official story goes.
Now he's making solar panel roofs.
Yeah.
And this battery banks.
You know, I saw this news article where the head of Volkswagen was talking shit on Elon Musk a couple days ago. He was saying Tesla's kind of a bullshit company. Not bullshit, but he was saying they're kind of a joke in the actual car world because I guess like last year they only produced like a few thousand cars, like maybe 2,000 cars or something. Right. And Volkswagen produced like 4 million. Yeah, he was just saying it's like are they ever going to be able to actually scale it out to where they are selling cars to the masses?
But this is what I think about.
Yeah,
I drive down Studio City or wherever, and there's huge car lots with Volkswagens full.
Yeah.
You don't see any Teslas like that. You know what I mean? Like
a Tesla car dealership?
Because I think they're running an awesome situation. I feel like Volkswagen's tied into contracts where they have to produce that much. You know, Tesla doesn't have to produce a quota of Volkswagens.
Oh well,
the amount of Volkswagens that Volkswagen has to produce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think. I don't know how it really works. I
think Tesla's business plan is way better.
They're direct. They don't have car dealerships.
Exactly.
They just sell direct the way Dell does. That's why. Have you been to a Tesla dealership?
Yeah. So Volkswagen, all these people that are talking crap about Tesla, they're just talking crap about the future. You know, it's like talking crap about typing instead of paper and pen because you can type faster.
Well, no. I think what he was trying to say is, I think the part he was talking shit on is, will they be able to build out a factory that can mass produce cars? I think that's kind of more what he was getting at.
Oh,
will they actually have the ability to do that?
I thought you were saying just because they didn't produce enough cars.
No. I think he was saying that, like, from the manufacturing point, like, do they have like the balls the brains to figure that stuff out?
Oh.
I bet it's like a fucking nightmare. Honestly,
all you need is more money. If they raise more money, they could build more factories.
Bam. Yeah, it seems like it, right? Bam. It seems like they can just keep building out. Yeah. I mean, there's a demand for their cars.
As long as there's the demand.
Yeah. I would buy an electric car.
People give them money.
I want to buy an electric car.
Whatever. It's America.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
They only get like a few hundred miles range, like 200. And I wish they would, if they find a way to get the range up to like 500 or 600 miles, like the Prius that I have right now that I'm leasing, that goes about 600 miles on a fill up.
That's sick, dude.
It's pretty good. And like if you're taking trips a lot, like we go into the mountains a lot, things like that, 200 miles range isn't enough to feel safe, because on an electric car especially, you might feel like 200 miles won't get you back to the nearest charging station. There's gas stations all over. If you have a car that only goes 200 miles, you're always going to be within 200 miles of a gas station.
Yeah.
But an electric station, you might need like that 600 miles of range to find another station. But man, I want one. I'd love to have one.
I had an electric car. I had a roommate, Tiago, who had a Nissan Leaf.
I know. I remember that. It was a nightmare.
We went down to Laguna Beach, and we had to stay a certain amount of hours so his car could charge up to come back. And we were freaking out because we had to stay so long that it got late that we had to run the lights, and that it made the battery go down faster. And
why'd you run the lights?
Because the sun went down.
Oh,
because
you weren't running the lights during the charging time, were you?
No.
You weren't like afraid of the dark in Laguna Beach, were you?
No.
Like, turn the lights on.
No.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, like, we had to drive down there, and it took so long to charge the battery up. The sun went down.
Yeah.
And because the sun went down, we had to turn on the lights, which made the battery go down faster, and we barely thought we'd make it back to L.A.
Yeah, those Leafs, at that time, I remember that was a few years ago. That's probably, right now it's 2017. That would have been like
4 years ago.
Yeah, 2013. So,
it was like, the hell
what did they get, like 70 miles of range? Probably 100 miles?
It was like 100.
Yeah. They're better than that now. Now you're getting like 200, but still, 200's not that much.
It's not enough, especially if you're going uphill and...
Yeah, totally. Yeah, if you're going to the mountains.
Traffic, man.
Yeah, you're gonna burn it through. But the cool thing about the electric cars, the same way with that, even the Prius has it, is when you barely press on the accelerator,
It goes.
yeah, because it's electric at that point, and that electric torque comes online instantly. You know, like the power transfers to the wheels, I guess, like at the speed of light or somewhere right around there. Like
Because it's electricity, electrons.
Yeah. You know, with the gas, you press on the gas, the valves open up, pours the fuel in there, and lights it on fire. That whole thing.
You have to wait till the combustion push the crankshaft.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
a secondary or
Yeah.
third, and then you just have with electricity, you have instantaneous.
Yeah. Have you
Bam.
thought also like
And no gears. There's no gears as well.
on electric cars?
Exactly.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
just
It's pretty cool.
zoom.
Yeah. Have you ridden in a Tesla?
Yes.
Have you? Oh, cool. When?
Like
How
in
was it?
in like an event at Tesla. They-
Oh, that's awesome, man.
fun-
You worked at a Tesla event for
Yeah, it was like
Gator?
7 years ago or something like that, or
Oh,
6 years
okay.
ago.
How was it? Was it cool?
It's cool. They were releasing the new Goldwing SUV family
Oh,
cars or
the
whatever.
Model X?
Yeah, and
Oh,
they
that's cool. You rode in a Model X?
no. They were just releasing that.
What do you
Um,
mean? Like a launch party type of thing?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
But it was just cool stuff.
How'd they offer you to ride?
Oh well, I wasn't supposed to, but they were.
So what happened?
It was for the guests.
That's awesome.
And I was working. I didn't get caught, so I can't get fired for it, I guess. And nobody knows what.
Mm-hmm.
What
No one's even
company
gonna
will-
give a shit by the
Yeah,
time they see this
yeah.
podcast.
This was like 6 years ago. So,
Yeah.
haha, got away with it.
So what
but yeah,
happened?
it
You
was for the
snuck in?
guests. So you go there and they have Teslas there, and they give test drives to people, or ride-alongs, whatever. That's
Did
cool.
you actually drive the car?
No, I didn't drive.
You know, when I was living in Oklahoma, I did valet at this like really upscale hotel, and I would drive some pretty cool cars. I remember one time this guy is like a Porsche Turbo, dual turbo or something, something crazy. And
911.
yeah, something nuts like that, like 100, and we took it a few extra laps around the block. Looking back on it, we probably shouldn't have done that because we were accelerating, kind of flooring it going down.
Right.
And man, imagine if I had totaled that.
It would
I'm
have been
sure
a bad day.
I'm sure the hotel insurance wouldn't cover it because I wasn't.
You would have gone to jail.
Yeah, you think so? That's possible.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, I may have actually been charged with like grand theft auto or something.
You probably wouldn't be sitting here right now.
I wasn't thinking it'd be that bad. I figured I would just have a huge civil suit against me that I would lose immediately because I wouldn't even show up to the court. I'd just move to Mexico. If you owed that much money in a court case, do you think you would leave the country? Say like you knew, like you felt like there's no way you're ever going to pay it off.
I don't know. I just hope I never get in that kind of situation.
I wouldn't have, probably too much of a qualm leaving the country. My friend left. He's been living down in Mexico and South America since 2008.
Oh yeah, where would you go?
Me?
Yeah.
I'd have to find out which countries don't have extradition agreements with the United States, because you don't want to go to a country where they'll arrest and extradite you. But there's a lot of countries where they won't extradite you.
Right.
I mean, that's what Roman Polanski, the director,
Uh-huh.
Harvey Weinstein's friend.
Yeah, what Harvey was trying to do. Harvey was trying to leave.
Yeah,
So-
Harvey almost
so-
went over
so-
to his country, right?
So I hear.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they say.
I think there's 2 or 3 countries in Europe that don't extradite. What is it? France? France is one of them.
Oh, the French.
I
They
think
are so nice.
I think the French won't extradite you. Oddly enough, if you're accused of a sex crime.
They understand,
Well, have you been to
Have a
France?
croissant. Be a guest.
I've never been to France, but I think they have really lax laws on sexual. They're really liberal sexually. I mean, I think in France you can have like 13-year-old and 30-year-old going out type of thing.
I have no idea. I haven't looked that up.
Yeah,
We should probably look that up.
Do you have your let's find out.
Well, I mean, I got a computer over there, but we don't have the.
Let's play.
we
Let's play guess the consent age of a given country. This is gonna be fun.
guess the consent age of a different country.
Consent age.
Today is France.
I'm not gonna lie. I've already played this with my brother. He's in the Navy, so we play this a lot. Oh, Navy guys,
Navy
consent
guys.
age, and let's go with Mexico.
Consent age of Mexico.
Kyle, take a guess. What do you think it is? You're not gonna believe it. I'm not making this up though. And as long as Google's telling the truth, and I think they are.
Well, since you're saying it like that, 14.
12.
Oh God, really? That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, the federal law establishes the age of 12 as a minimum age of consent, while the age at which there are no restrictions for consensual sexual activity is 18, but sex with someone 12 to 18 years old is not illegal per se, but could still be open to prosecution under certain circumstances.
Also, it's kind of 18-ish.
No, I think it's more 12. I've heard that
It's
before.
12.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that if you hook up with like a 12-year-old, you're probably okay unless something crazy. Say it became like a big political case, and they might prosecute you. Like say
That
it
is
got plastered.
crazy,
I
man.
know. Now let's play age of consent in the United States. Here's a map. Here's a map. Here's a map.
I'm gonna have to pull this map up.
Check this out.
You're gonna have to send me a link to this map. I'll pull it up.
This is kind of
when I
interesting.
edit it.
How about the age of consent in all of Canada? It looks like Canada's
This is like-
nationwide.
what's Quebec?
Well, the entire country of
Oh.
Canada, I think, is just 16 years old. Oh wait, I forgot. You're supposed to guess. Okay, let's try California, the most
California?
liberal state.
I'd say 16.
California's the most liberal state, but not really. It's a big trick. They're actually 18 out here.
18. That's good.
California
Good job.
is so.
Good job, California.
Don't you feel like California's not as liberal as it likes to believe?
It's super conservative.
I think so.
Cal-
in this
I
weird
can't
way.
even like. You can't walk around with your shirt off in California unless you're at the beach. Like I feel.
Yeah. Oh,
it's-
because everybody kind of like
Yeah,
looks
everybody's,
down on
"Oh,
you. Yeah,
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 yeah."
exactly.
yeah, it's like, oh, what are you doing?
I mean, did I tell you we went to Lake Tahoe recently, and there's a bunch of nude beaches up there?
Nah.
Yeah, I talked to the locals. All the nude beaches are on the east side of Lake Tahoe.
Uh
So what this means is every nude beach on the entire lake. Do you know Lake Tahoe's split?
huh. No, tell me about this.
Okay.
Lake Tahoe split.
Lake Tahoe's on the border of California and Nevada. Do you know
Oh,
that?
okay. No,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So the eastern side of Lake Tahoe is Nevada territory,
Gotcha.
and the western side is California territory. It
Uh-huh.
literally straddles the border, and I guess on the water too. Somewhere in there's gonna be like a water line, an imaginary line.
Right.
But California, the liberal state, has it's on the west side, and then the east side, the Nevada side. There's like just dotted. There's nude beaches all up and down, because and I was saying this to B when I was like, yeah, because Nevadans they're just doing their thing. They're like, yeah, we're gonna get fucking naked. We don't care. But
right.
Californians claim that they're so liberal with everything, but they're not. They're so
not.
uptight. Yeah, they don't even want to have a nude beach.
It's crazy.
Yeah, actually, let's see. Yeah, here's a good example. Yeah, California is 18 for the consent age, and then right next door, then on the nude beach side in Nevada, it's take a guess.
I'm 16. Let's say 16.
Yeah, 16. Okay. Let's get
This one is
Texas. What do you think Texas is? Texas is more liberal than California. I'll give you a clue. It's less than California.
16.
17.
Oh, hey, Texas.
Now, where the hell is it 15? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know. Maybe
says
like
it has
Mississippi, Alabama, something like that.
I know. It seems like, right?
like it's like, where's the lowest? Let's just go down to the bottom of the continent. There we go.
Okay, so Tijuana's 14.
Tijuana's 14. I think North Carolina's 16.
Dude, this is kind of bad, but I don't even know what state North Carolina is. Which one's North Carolina?
Really?
Yeah.
It's that one right there, dude.
The one below the green?
The one below the green. The beautiful one.
Okay, so it's 16 over there?
I think it is.
That's not a surprise too much, is it?
No. I think that's what it was when I was growing up.
Yeah,
When
what's
I
going
was
on
16.
with Mexico? All right, let's find... I think France would be an interesting one. Let's find out France. I mean, if Polanski's hiding out over there.
Wait, we really need
Age of consent in China. Let's check this one out. That one popped right up.
age of consent channels.
All
like
these
the first-
tourists are Googling that.
Oh, really?
I
Oh,
guess.
dude.
I mean,
There's so.
oh, take a guess. I'm actually surprised. I thought China, I'll give you a clue. I thought China would be like super communist and like, 18 or we behead you in our mobile execution van. But
16.
14.
For what?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Okay, here's an interesting thing. In China, have you seen these videos where Chinese people run over and kill people?
No.
Oh, really? Yeah, go on. Just go. There's like, you know what Vine is? Yeah, I mean, there's like so many videos because there's cameras all over. It's like a police state over there. Blake's been. He told me there's cameras like everywhere. He said no matter where you go, you're on camera. But
Right.
at least in Shenzhen, where he's at.
It's gonna be more like I feel like it's getting more like that here, but
You know, LAPD just authorized drone use.
No way.
Yeah, LAPD's just a couple of days ago, it was a big deal. You know, they had like a lot of protests down at the board meeting. So all these protesters are there, and the board passes it anyways because
They don't care, dude.
they don't care.
I've seen so many YouTube board meetings down in LA. Like, there's people like, oh, they're like,
Yeah, because they don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's
next.
a big.
You said you wanted to say, all right, out next. It's crazy.
So a part of Spain just broke off, right? Catalonia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it'd be like say like California, California separated from the U.S. I guess like part of Spain actually separated. But dude, here's what they do: the federal government over there, they came in, they just fired the police chief, they fired the mayor. It'd be like I'll use Trump as an example. Say like California separated, right? And Trump just comes in and he's like, you know what? No, the governor of California is invalidated, so that makes the election invalidated. They had an election over there,
right?
And people like overwhelmingly supported the separation, and
like Brexit.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, and I'm surprised you haven't seen that. Go on YouTube. There's some crazy videos.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, bloodshed and all that stuff. But yeah, it's like that thing where you were just talking about with the board meetings in downtown LA. The people in power, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't understand.
Yeah, they just came in Catalonia like, you know what? Actually, the police chief, because he supported the votes, we're just outing him. So they take him out. They install a new police chief that supports him. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's freaking crazy.
Yeah, it could happen. You know, people talk about California succeeding.
They're not. But see, this is the problem with that happening. I don't feel like if they were to secede,
they're all pussies.
Yes, yes, exactly. It's like when
we need water.
They would implode. They would be like, everybody would ask for a handout and not want to work and be like working just barely enough to get by.
Because it's a welfare state out here.
And
there's a lot of welfare recipients in California. I think so.
And then they would be like, oh man, Will, where's our free shit? Ah.
Yeah, that's what earlier we were talking about everybody at the lunchroom or at the lunch table. You know, all these restaurants would empty out during lunch. Everybody would have to work. Right, just like no one out here works except for the bare minimum.
Exactly.
To stay afloat. Yeah.
This conversation has come full circle, I feel like, without a doubt.
Yeah, how long have we actually been going for?
I don't know.
Probably almost. Did you time it?
Yeah, here, let me look at the meter.
Yeah, see what it says. 43 minutes.
We're at 47 and 41 seconds right when I looked at it.
That was close.
Yeah, it's really close. It's good. Oh, we should go live real fast and just like sum up because we haven't.
Sure. Okay.
We haven't done our introductions like we said we're going to at the beginning.
Okay.
We said, hey, I'm David or I'm Kyle.
Yeah.
Just give a lot of background information about ourselves. But we can go live. We're going to go live in a little bit and on Facebook and Instagram to promote this first inaugural podcast by
and after you go live you can still go in and edit
Greer.
out the shit that we shouldn't have said. Right, about being Harvey supporters. I'm a Harvey supporter.
You're not.
I'm gonna vote for Harv for 2018.
Dude, you want me to leave that in there?
Dude, I wish I would take Harv. Honestly though, no joke now, who's that Maxine Waters, that Congress lady? What is she, like, I don't know, a representative?
Maxine Waters?
You haven't heard of her? She lives here in LA.
I'll have to look her up.
She represents Compton or some shitty part of LA that nobody wants to live. So she represents all these people, but she doesn't even live in that area, in that district. You don't know it? You haven't heard of her?
No, sounds like I need to.
Oh yeah, she has like this, and she's been like a Congress lady or something for her entire life. So she shouldn't have that much money.
Right.
But she has like a $4 or $5 million home in Hancock Park.
It's just like how Hillary Clinton's made so much freaking money.
Oh yeah, that one's absurd. She's so rich.
Crazy, dude.
It is weird that nobody brings up all these politicians. How are they all rich?
Yeah, it's
when
like
they've all been working.
You
for
pay
the
their
government.
salary, and now they're millionaires, and it's like it doesn't add up. It's like you add a number of years they've been working.
I mean, super. Like Hillary Clinton, she flies in a private jet everywhere. I don't think you can do that on a public servant salary.
Nah, unless we're paying for it.
But
who knows?
We wouldn't have paid for it during the election, right?
Somebody did.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, someone else is. Yeah. Yeah, or maybe we are. Who knows? The funneling money from the tax coffers, right?
Yeah, who knows? All right, so let me set up this live. Ramble on about something real fast, something interesting, because you're always good about that.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm good live.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, guys, I'm just gonna give you a play-by-play. Kyle's bending over and typing his password in. That's subtly sexual, isn't it? It's Kyle's birthday today, or Kyle. Let's see, it's Kyle's friend's birthday, guys. To celebrate, Trevor Brunsink. Brunswick. Who's that? Brunsink.
He's a cool dude.
Happy birthday, Trevor Brunsink. God, you look terrible from that camera angle, Kyle. I'm just joking around. I was fucking with you.
I think we're live.
Hey, dude, why do you have a green screen if it's not? Aren't you supposed to have like the whole backdrop?
No, it's just to cover up the hole.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's the worst green screen I've seen. Is like half of it, half of it's like in like fantasy land, and the other half's like just a wall.
Yeah, I know. I suck at my job. Thanks. All right,
No,
so
I'm sure that backdrop's expensive.
So if you're seeing this right now going live, David and I, this is David Glick. I'm Kyle Martin Greer. We're starting a podcast. This is our first podcast. We just did 47 minutes of it. This is the last maybe 15 minutes. And if you guys want to check it out on YouTube later on, I'm going to post it once we're done. I got to edit a little bit of it at the beginning, cut it off. But this is just to get it out there. And David, let's give me a little bit of background about who you are and where you're from, bro.
I was working for Cinefamily before they shut us down for sexual harassment charges. Do you know about that story?
No.
Cinefamily is like a really kind of famous little art house cinema out here. You didn't hear about this? This happened back in like August, just a few months ago.
Is this a true story?
Oh yeah, this is totally true. Yeah, go to their website, you'll see. Yeah, this is made I think this is national news. I mean, it made some story. Yeah. Anyway, so they got shut down because someone sent out like a mass email to all their members. Someone like kind of hacked their email account and he sort of accused, whether it's true or not, probably is true, the founders of basically pulling a Harv. This happened right before the Harv thing broke, which is kind of interesting.
No way.
You know the Silent
So
Theater?
this is a true story. You're not lying to me.
Yeah, it shut down. Go past the Silent Theater on.
So no, I used to go to this thing, but it's
yeah, we've been together.
Yeah,
we've been together.
Yeah, I really cannot believe that this is true.
It's shut down.
Wow.
Yeah, for the owner was pulling a Harv on all his employees.
No way.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
But anyways,
we're gonna start using that. That's gonna be a lingo that we're gonna use throughout this podcast. In all subsequent,
a Harv.
Yeah, all subsequent podcasts, you're gonna pull a Harv.
You have to watch. You have to watch the rest of the podcast on YouTube to catch up on the lingo.
You can kind of what do you call it? Interpolate,
Yeah,
extrapolate what pulling a Harv means.
Yeah, exactly. But continue about yourself.
Oh yeah, so I'm David. I'm from Oklahoma. I've known Kyle for since that's kind of crazy actually. We've known each other for a couple of years now.
Yeah, it's been 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it's insane. We met at a catering event years ago, and anyways, yeah, just hanging in LA, and Kyle and me have talked about doing a podcast. Say as many offensive things as possible.
Yeah, we said some pretty offensive things today.
But don't worry, it's going to be worse next time.
Yeah.
So tune back in.
Tune back in. This is going to be good. We're going to try to do a weekly podcast every Sunday. And
we want to keep the legacy of Harv alive.
Yeah, exactly. No, we do not. Not really.
I'm with Harv.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah, you're going to have to. Yeah, he really doesn't mean that. You're going to have to. You don't understand. They're just tuning in now. They haven't heard anything before.
You think they even know who Harv is?
Of course they do.
If they're LA people, they do, and if they're outside of LA, if they're
I'm sure they do by now. Everybody does. I would think.
Yeah, maybe so.
Or maybe I'm just in the echo chamber. Maybe that is.
Yeah, I think the rest of the U.S. doesn't give a. Can we cuss on Facebook Live?
No.
I think the rest of the U.S. doesn't even care what's going on in L.A.
Yeah.
They actually have lives going on.
Yeah, thank God.
They've got their own thing going on.
Thank God somebody does.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's about me.
Awesome. And I'm Kyle Greer. I'm from North Carolina. I moved out here about 7 years ago to be creative, and ran into this cool guy, Mr. David Glick. He's extremely smart. He's one of the smartest people I've ever met.
Really?
And yeah,
You don't hang out with many smart people.
no,
then.
I do. I am very specific, excuse me, about who I hang out with. And he's a very intelligent young man.
Well, thank you.
And I was like, if anybody's going to do a podcast, David needs to.
Yeah.
But I feel like
Probably alienate a lot of people. And if we alienate half, we'll gain the other half, right?
Exactly.
That's the way the U.S. is going right now. It seems
Yeah.
like.
There's a comedian, Owen Benjamin, that I listen to, that he's dealing with the same thing. Like
He's for Harv also?
no, he's not for horror, but he's not the same kind of perspective that a lot of people in LA listen to.
Owen Benjamin.
Owen Benjamin.
He's kind of famous, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's pretty big. I've heard that name.
I just
don't
saw
know
his last special. I just ordered it the other night off of Vimeo. It was pretty good.
Cool.
I liked
Vimeo.
it. Yeah.
Vimeo. I don't even know what that is. Isn't it like
Vimeo.
YouTube?
Vimeo. No, there's Venmo and there's Vimeo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pay for them?
Yeah, it was like $10.
Oh, okay.
But it was good. And you keep it forever. But it's
You don't just do Netflix? You don't have Netflix?
I do. No, I don't do Netflix. I watch a lot of YouTube.
Okay.
A whole lot of YouTube.
Yeah, I don't have Netflix either, but
I love
would get it.
YouTube because you can do stuff like this on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's good.
It's awesome.
So does this stream on YouTube or on Facebook?
So it's streaming on Facebook and it's also streaming on Instagram.
Oh yeah. So just another thing about me, I'm completely out of the social network.
Oh yeah. So David does not have any kind of whatsoever
Nothing.
social media, anything. You want to try to fix that or just
No.
no? Okay.
But I do have email.
He does have email.
Yeah.
What's your email?
Nah, I don't want to. Not after my Harv comments. No way.
All right. I think we can wrap it up there. What do you think?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think it's good. All right. Well, you guys, thanks for joining our
Unwittingly.
unwittingly, our first podcast. And tune in to the next one next week and take it easy. This is what we're going to call it again.
Let's get back to it. We have weeks to figure it out.
What do you believe?
Yeah, okay, sure.
I love that. I love that, man. It's so simple. It's like, what do you believe? And it could be anything.
What if we call it WWHD? What would Harv do?
No, we're not going to call it that.
WWHD podcast. That's a good.
No,
That's good.
we're not going to call it that. It's because it dates it. You know what I mean? You can't.
Yeah.
It dates it. We don't want to do that.
Oh, that's even better, right?
No,
the ancients
we-
would always date stuff
we wanna-
astrologically, right?
We want it.
They built
We want to
stuff.
be eternal. Anyways, thanks for joining
Well,
in. y'all.
Harv is going to be internal.
No,
Don't believe
not.
you me. Yeah.
I hope not. All right, y'all take it easy. Appreciate him showing in. Peace out.